Gladiator came out in 2000 and is directed by Ridley Scott and stars Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix. This movie won Best Picture in 2000, as well as Best Actor for Russell Crowe, and some other Academy Awards, but those are the two big ones. So the plot is Russell Crowe plays Maximus Decimus Meridius, a Roman general in 180 AD, and after a really big victory in battle, he is approached by the Emperor of Rome, who wants Maximus to succeed him when he dies. The Emperor's son, Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, is not happy with this and decides to kill his father. His father is Marcus Aurelius, who is an actual historical figure. He was a real person, however, he didn't die in the way depicted in the film. So after this, Commodus has Maximus's family killed and his house burnt to the ground, where Maximus is later captured by slave traders and sold into gladiatorial combat in northern Africa. There, he meets some other gladiators, he rises to the top there, and eventually begins fighting in the Roman Colosseum, and builds up this plan to exact his revenge on Commodus. This is a really good movie. It's a pretty long movie, it's about 2.5 hours long, and it's, like I said, very good. However, some people disagree with its placement on the top 250. I'm actually one of them. I don't think that it really should be as high as it is. Yes, it's a very good movie, and yes, the Oscars love these kinds of movies because it's long, it's historic, and it has a really good score. Hans Zimmer did the score, and Ridley Scott is a very good director, or at least he was. He hasn't really done anything noteworthy that was good. He just did The Counselor, which was supposed to be terrible, and he recently did Exodus, Gods and Kings, which I wanted to see, and then it got trashed, so I said, probably not gonna see that. I haven't seen it since, but he did the first Alien film, which is really good. It is one of the best sci-fi thrillers ever, so that is, you know, really, really big. He's a big director. He also did Blade Runner, which I will do a video discussing my opinions on Blade Runner at some point. Right. So as I said, this won Best Picture. It also won Best Actor for Russell Crowe. That I agree with absolutely. Russell Crowe does a great job in this film. He does a really good job kind of capturing the emotion and the struggles of Maximus from going from really high up to just the lowest of the low. He's a gladiator. He's there to die for other people's entertainment, and he rebels against that in some really well choreographed and well filmed action sequences. Mainly the one where he's sword fighting with that guy in the silver lion mask. Don't remember his name. And the one where they're supposed to be killed by the Romans, but they fight back and, you know, they go down with the spears and they flip the chariot. That whole sequence is probably my favorite of the film, but Joaquin Phoenix was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He also does a fantastic job. He's really twisted, really deranged, and he's really fun to watch in a way that's, you know, kind of strange, because he's a terrible person in the movie, but you really do enjoy watching him and seeing what he does. Now, I'm going to read two reviews. I'm going to read Roger Ebert's review and Leonard Maltin's review. So, Roger Ebert's review is actually on Wikipedia. Hold on, am I still... Okay, no. So, Roger Ebert gave the film 2 out of 4 stars and criticized the look of the film as muddy, fuzzy, and indistinct. He also derided the writing, claiming it employs depression as a substitute for personality, and believes that if characters are bitter and morose enough, we won't notice how dull they are. Now, not all of the characters are as fleshed out as you like them to be, but mainly the characters that we care about the most are Maximus, who's a very good character, and Commodus, who's also a very good character. He's not as fleshed out as Maximus is, but he's still a really good character. There's also an extended director's cut of this film that pushes 3 hours. I've not seen it. I have some interest in watching it. It adds about 20 minutes to the film. I've seen the original, and that's what I'm doing my review on. I'm not doing a review on the director's cut, just to clarify that now. I don't know if they develop Commodus more in that, but I don't know. Maybe if I see it sometime, I'll tell you in another review, just kind of as a side thing. But for now, just the normal review. Now I'm going to read Leonard Maltin's review. He gives it a bit more favorable of a ranking. Okay, Gladiator, he gives it 3 stars out of 4. Impressive tale from the days of the Roman Empire, with Crowe as a dedicated soldier who refuses to transfer his loyalty to the new Emperor Commodus and suffers the consequences, winding up a gladiator in the Roman Colosseum. Crowe is so good in his Academy Award-winning performance and his character so compelling that one is willing to forgive the story lulls. The spectacle is grand, and the opening battle scene stresses chaos over coherence. Reed's last film, he died during production. Also won Oscars for Best Picture, Costume Design, Sound, and Visual Effects. An extended edition runs 171 minutes. The original runs 153. So there you have it. That is Leonard Maltin's review on Gladiator. I agree with this review more than I do Roger Ebert's, which is rare. I normally agree with Roger Ebert more than most other critics, especially Leonard Maltin. But you know what? I think that he did. I think that's a pretty accurate view. The story, I guess, kind of was. I don't remember every single detail of this movie, but when stuff is going down in the Gladiator arena, in the Colosseum, it's really, really intense. It's really fun to watch. It's an entertaining film, and it's a very, very well done, well filmed. I don't agree with Roger Ebert saying that it wasn't well filmed. Maybe that was another review that I read, but someone said that it wasn't well filmed, and I disagree with that. There were a lot of CGI shots for the, the very wide shots of ancient Rome. That was all, or mostly CGI, but, that happens sometimes. You can't always have these huge reconstructions of things like that. Now, I was talking to my friend the other day about this movie, and he said that on the top 250 he would switch Gladiator with Braveheart and put Braveheart at number 47. We're on. So put Braveheart at number 47 and bring Gladiator down to, I think, 72. And I kind of agree with him, actually. I think that Braveheart was the better movie in some respects. There's not so much. They are very similar, though. They both won Best Picture. The stars, Russell Crowe and Mel Gibson, both won Best Actor for their performance. And they're both historical, epic dramas about someone who was kind of a nobody, or is kind of a nobody. Granted, Maximus was at the top, he went to the bottom, and then he rises up through the ranks through being a gladiator. In this, William Wallace starts as, this little farm person, and then he rises up to the leader of the rebellion in Scotland. So they're similar and different in many ways, but in the end, I would honestly have to say that I enjoyed Braveheart more than I did Gladiator. However, the villain in Gladiator is much better than that of Braveheart. Joaquin Phoenix does such a good job making you hate him. It's really, really entertaining to watch. So really, that's really all I have to say about Gladiator. It is a very good movie. I recommend that you see it if you like Russell Crowe or historical epics, if you're interested in history. It's not entirely historically accurate, but I've heard it's pretty close. I wouldn't know. I didn't live in ancient Rome. But that's that. So go check out Gladiator. Hans Zimmer's score is great. The direction by Ridley Scott is very good. Russell Crowe is excellent. Joaquin Phoenix is excellent. And it's just a really big-scale movie, fun to watch. It's entertaining. It's dramatic. It's just overall very, very well done. And I think that it's deserving of its Oscar win in 2000 for Best Picture, and definitely Russell Crowe for Best Actor. So until next time, I will see you. Next, we're doing a review of a much older film, Sunset Boulevard. I'm looking forward to reviewing that, and we have some really good movies lined up to review next. So I hope that you guys enjoy. I will see you guys next Tuesday with my next review, and until next time, I am going away to probably watch more movies, because that's really all I do. I had to get up and turn off the camera now. Goodbye. wiggling camera.